Hello from Leader Dogs for the Blind, and welcome to our webinar, The Wonderful White Cane Orientation and Mobility Training. My name is David Laughlin, and I am the Director of Programs here at Leader Dogs for the Blind. This is our third webinar we have hosted to allow you to learn more about the programs and services we offer to empower people who are blind or visually impaired with lifelong skills for independent travel. This webinar is being recorded and will be available on our website within a week. For those people joining us via phone, if you have any questions after the webinar, please call 888-777-5332 and ask to speak with the Client Services representative. Our Client Service representatives are available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will repeat this number at the end of the webinar. For those people joining us online, you may enter questions at any time using the chat bubble in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Our presentation will take about 15 minutes, followed by 15 minutes for questions and answers. If we get a lot of questions, we can stretch a little longer. I'd like to introduce today's presenters. First is Rod Haneline. Rod is a certified O&M specialist and guide dog mobility instructor. He oversees O&M, GPS, and guide dog training as our Chief Programs and Services Officer. Rod is internationally recognized for his extensive knowledge in developing advanced orientation and mobility instruction programs. He has developed integrated methods for the use of cane and dogs as well as GPS in both O&M and guide dog programs. The second presenter is Ihrke. Ihrke is a certified O&M specialist and our manager of extended services. She oversees our orientation and mobility training, our summer experience camp, and our GPS services. Ihrke is currently a member of the ACVREP O&M Subject Matter Expert Committee and a past president of the Michigan AER. She has presented at several international conferences on the topics of guide dog readiness, alternative models of O&M, and accessible GPS. Over to you, Rod and Ihrke.
Well, thank you, David, for that glowing introduction. Since January of 2002, Leader Dogs has provided orientation and mobility services to meet the needs of our clients and provide them with the tools for independent travel. Since that time, we have serviced 875 clients within that program. Originally, the goal of the program was to provide O&M skills to folks who didn't meet the basic prerequisite of orientation and mobility prior to a guide dog, and we recognized that need, and so we created the program to meet that. Now we've since recognized that the need goes much deeper than that, and we have begun to provide services regardless of the travel tool that one chooses to use. Ihrke?
I'm going to next share with you our admission standards for our orientation and mobility programs. Our first admission standards is that clients need to be legally blind. What that means is that clients need to meet the definition of legal blindness. Clients do not have to be totally blind. In fact, most of our clients have some remaining vision. Those that apply should be 16 years of age or older. We do not have an upper age limit. Additionally, attendees should be able to walk for 30 minutes at a time, several times throughout the day. Be seizure-free for a minimum of 6 months. Have self-care skills, including being able to give and dispense their own medications. Applicants do not have to plan on getting a guide dog, and they do not have to have vocational requirements. So in other words, they do not have to have goals to return to work to be able to take advantage of our orientation and mobility services.
So this is Rod again. Over the years, we've developed this program to meet the needs of anyone that walks in our door, and we have options for everyone. People who are new to the white cane and may have had very little exposure are welcome in the program, as well as seasoned cane travelers. People who are currently guide dog users and maybe their skill sets with the cane have gotten rusty and they feel like they need a refresher. People who have changed travel environments. You may have moved from a very rural environment to an urban environment, and those are definitely different travel challenges within those two environments that we can address. People who want to take their skills to the next level for guide dog training. We're very good at teaching people how to independently travel through the environment, making use of things other than tactile input from a cane. And then all experiences levels in between, we have programs to meet the needs of anything anyone should need.
So one option or objective for attending orientation and mobility at Leader Dog would be an introduction to O&M. Clients may bring their cane with them, or we can provide one at Leader Dog if that is your first exposure to needing a white cane. Clients for this option need little or no formal training. Don't have to have ever had a cane before, as I mentioned. Our training is 1 week long, and we have a creative environment. This program is provided free of charge, and the meals provided during training are fabulous.
So as we addressed earlier, a lot of our clients that come through our orientation mobility program are here for brush-up training. They may have had some exposure to cane travel, but just feel that their skill set isn't quite there yet. So they may have already had some O&M training. That's fine. They may currently be a guide dog user. As I said before, that's fine. They may have had changes in their vision where they have a progressive loss of their vision and they need instruction on how to travel through the environment with the vision they have left. As I said before, changes in the travel environment, and this brush-up training, as we call it, is also 1 week long. It is free of charge, and by the way, the food is great.
So maybe you want to attend our orientation and mobility program for guide dog exploration. Maybe you're interested in receiving a guide dog in the future, and you need skills specific to learning how to work with a guide dog in the future, or understand where your skills are and where they need to be to explore the option of a guide dog. If you choose this as an objective, please understand that it does not guarantee, or your participation does not guarantee, acceptance into our guide dog training program. However, we will explore and talk extensively about the skills needed for that. The length of this program is 1 week long, it's free of charge, and the food is great.
So another component of what we do is help people to explore how to travel within different environments. We work very hard to teach generalized skills that a person can take to multiple environments and put to use, but we know and we understand that some people do want to focus specifically on one type of environment, and we can address that here on our campus at Leader Dogs. We have the availability of rural, residential, urban, indoor, about any travel environment that you can think of. We have access to it, and we can train within those environments. Once again, the length of that program is 1 week. It is free of charge. And has anyone said anything about how great the food is?
I don't know, but our next training option is weather specific. We offer our orientation and mobility training year-round. So if you're interested in focusing on travel with your cane during specific types of weather, we can slot you in for training at that time. That may mean that you want to travel in the snow. In Michigan, we have plenty of weeks where that would be an option. Maybe you're finding difficulty navigating in certain weather environments. Again, we can make that happen. The length of this program is 1 week. It's free of charge, and our clients report to us that the food is extremely yummy.
Now, while you may think that we are food-focused, there are no Labrador Retrievers in this room right now. Part of what we really try to do within the program is work with other service providers. So if there's any service providers on the phone or on this webinar, please understand that we are really can be a solution for your heavy caseload. We can tailor our training to each and every one of your clients, obviously with input from you, and your feedback can help us to achieve that. Together, we can obviously achieve better results and hopefully make people better travelers. Please remember that there's no upper age limit for these courses. There are no vocational requirements. We don't have a requirement that a person returns to work or some type of career to get the training. They do not have to want a guide dog. They do not have to be totally blind, just legally blind. And what we really want to do is establish a cooperative partnership. We can help with your client load. We can help with all these things. So let's work together and we can meet these goals. With that, I believe we are open for questions.
Okay, so we will now move on to the questions and answers. So we've had some questions come in, but by all means, please keep sending your questions through. Again, for those joining us by phone, please direct your questions to our Client Services Department at 888-777-5332. Again, for those online, you can type questions into the chat bubble at the bottom left of the corner. So, first of all, we've had a few questions come through. I think we've answered the first one several times, but the question was, do you have to be totally blind to take advantage of the Leader Dog program, of which we've explained that you do not. The second question is, when is the right time to begin using a white cane?
I'll take that. Really, it depends on the person. However, if you notice that you have been bumping into things, missing elevation changes, and just overall need to make people in the environment aware that you may need some additional support or time in navigating, it's a good time to explore using a white cane. Generally, folks begin looking at that option when they meet legal blindness standards, and that's a great time to start displaying it for just identification.
Okay, thank you. So another question that we got, can I take more than one orientation and mobility training class? Ihrke.
I will answer that again. So while we explained several options that our orientation and mobility program offers, what we're really doing is sharing that our program can be customized to meet individual needs. So maybe it is the first time that you're looking to learning to use a cane and you want to explore the option of potentially working with a guide dog someday. We can definitely incorporate those objectives into your training to customize the best program for you to meet your needs.
Thank you. So how is Leader Dog's orientation and mobility training different than other services? Rob?
I'll answer that. I think what the question's really asking is, how is this program different than what a state may provide or another private agency? We've really taken this program and worked hard to condense it and create an atmosphere and an environment that really talks about effective and safe travel and not necessarily every little small nuance that goes into orientation mobility. We really want people to understand where they're at, where they're going, traffic patterns, and the things that are in the environment that we can use to effectively travel with efficiency through that environment. Some of the programs, a lot of programs to be honest, it's an hour of training here, 2 hours there, 2 hours here, where we're taking 1 week and we're really concentrating on nothing but teaching safe and independent travel. And that does make a difference because we're immersing people in the theory and the practice of orientation mobility or independent travel through the environment.
Thank you, Rod. So if I'm interested in working with a leader dog, what is the process after O&M training? Ihrke.
We ask all of our clients, once they have completed orientation and mobility training at Leader Dog, to go home and practice for a minimum of 30 days. At that 30-day mark, our O&M specialist that provided the training will follow up and see how the progress towards meeting goals that were established at the end of training are going. Once the client feels like they've met those goals and has created routes that they'll travel on a regular basis in their home environment, we ask our clients to resubmit a video showing those newfound travel skills so that our admissions committee can determine if a guide dog is the right fit for that individual.
Thank you. Okay, we have one more question. How much interaction would O&M clients have with guide dog training clients?
This is Rod. For the most part, our orientation and mobility classes run parallel and in conjunction with our guide dog classes. So clients within the orientation and mobility program actually have a great deal of contact with the folks who are here for a leader dog. And we think that's a great deal of value of someone that may be thinking they possibly want a guide dog. They have the opportunity to sit down and have conversations with folks who may be here for their second or their third dog and get a really a good perspective on what it's like to make use of a guide dog for your mobility.
Okay. So we have another one that's come in. How far would a client be expected to walk daily? Ihrke.
During our orientation and mobility program, lessons take place between 8:30 and 11 in the morning. And we really, because our program is one-on-one with an orientation and mobility specialist, we can work at the pace that the client requires. The more physically fit and physically able that a person is to walk, the more that we're able to actually accomplish in that week. Of course, we would love a minimum of 30 minutes for a morning session, take a short break, and then continue with another session. We'll pack as much into a morning session that we can, and then our afternoon session the same. That usually runs from 1 till about 3:30 every afternoon.
Thank you. So where do clients stay during training? I hear the food's great.
Clients stay on our Leader Dog campus in Rochester Hills, Michigan. We have a very comfortable residence that provides rooms that are similar to a hotel. So a separate room with a separate bathroom, TV, an Alexa, and individual refrigerator with access to several features that our very accessible environment provides.
Thank you. Okay, another question that came in. What is the best way to handle aggressive help from people who see me using a white cane? Good question.
This is not uncommon amongst cane users or guide dog users. Both sets of clients have the same problems with aggressive help. I think the one thing that we have to always keep in mind is that people really do have the best interest at heart, and so the polite but firm is really the only way that you can handle that someone that's trying to aggressively offer you help. We actually go through certain scenarios with our guide dog users on how to address aggressive help, and it's usually at street corners when they're trying to cross. But I think polite but firm and move out of the situation is really the best advice that I can give.
Okay. So we have another question. Does Leader Dog offer night travel training options? Good question.
Yes, we do offer a night travel experience for individuals who would like to meet that as one of their, or have that as one of their objectives during training. We do that because vision for some individuals changes in different lighting conditions. Sometimes we're also able to offer those experiences with simulators and blindfolds to meet this need as well.
Okay. Well, that was our final question. So if you'd like to learn more about our programs and services, please visit our website at leaderdog.org. Call us at 888-777-5332 or email us at clientservices, all one word, at leaderdog.org. Professionals with questions can contact our Extended Services Department at 248-659-5053, or, again, this is an email, it's all one word, extendedservices@leaderdog.org. Those who have joined us online will be receiving a short 3-question survey via email. We would appreciate hearing from you so we can make our future webinars easy to access and meaningful. Thank you all for joining us today.